All right, guys. So I'll be 100% honest with you. I really think that if you care too much about your wardrobe as a man, that's a little bit feminine. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't care about your wardrobe because what you wear does say something about you. And if you're not conscious of this, you might be projecting a version of yourself into the world that you don't necessarily align with. But also on the flip side, your identity might be caught up with the wrong kind of projection. Now, that might sound a little bit confusing. It might seem a little bit long winded, but let me tell you what I mean. The other night, probably about 2 nights ago, I was driving my younger brother to one of his friends' houses. He had like a party going on, and I used my mom's car to get him there, right? We're home right now for the holidays. She just got a new BMW, and it's like amazing. It's a beautiful car, crazy leather interior. It's got like the glass roof. The sunroof doesn't like go back, but it's a glass roof. It's just a beautiful, beautiful car. And it would be an upgrade if it were mine. If it were my car, it would be a massive upgrade. And I was thinking to myself, as I was driving this car, I was listening to funk and I was wearing clothes that are obviously nice in terms of like if you're an African kid who's never had nice clothes before. Of course, there are nice clothes. But as I was driving this car, two things struck me. The fact that number one, if this car were mine, if this BMW was mine, would I be wearing the exact clothes that I'm wearing right now driving this car? And the answer to that question was no. And then immediately after, my mind went, you know, if this was my car with the version of me, that identity of me who was driving that car, would he be listening to funk? And the answer to that question was also no. So it got me thinking, right? What's the deal here? What's going on? Why am I not? What is this right here? I don't want this to be exposed. Why am I not wearing the clothes all the time that I think the version of me who is driving a BMW would be wearing? It might seem like it's not important, but I think it is. Because I know for a fact, during the years that I've smoked weed basically every day, I know where my mindset was at. My hair was long, my beard was scraggly, my clothes always revolved around like that gray onesie, that gray, sweatpants, sweatshirt. And I'm thinking to myself, do is that who I envision myself to be? The guy who's always wearing gym clothes, always wearing sweatpants and a sweatshirt that's baggy on him? Am I always the guy in the winters who lets his six pack start to disappear a little bit? No, that's not me. That's not part of my identity. So I made a decision that I'm done doing that. I got home after dropping my brother off, immediately went to the closet right there, and started rearranging my wardrobe. I got rid of the clothes that I think don't suit that identity of the higher heightened version of myself. For example, like the shit t-shirts, got rid of them. The shit shorts that I just am never going to wear again, got rid of them. And I started to change what I thought I would want to wear. And what happened is an immediate boost of my confidence. My posture changed. I know I'm kind of leaning back right now. My self-image, my identity started to change because I started to realize that you can't be dressing like the current version of yourself. You got to be dressing like the future version of yourself, the better looking version of yourself, the richer version of yourself, the more confident version of yourself. Now. Because realistically, if you're waiting to buy new clothes, what are you waiting for? You already have a bunch of clothes in your closet, most likely. You might as well just re-optimize it. Level it up with what you got. And that's going to help you think differently. It's going to help you make more money. It's going to help you project a different version of you to the world. And I think there's a power in that. Because too often we think that the things we do in a day are what's going to like help us get to that next level of ourselves. But in all reality, that's only part of it. Looking the part, thinking you're the part, and having the identity of being the part is also what moves that needle towards that better version of yourself. You have access to the better version of yourself this second. And when I was in that car, driving my brother to his party, I thought to myself, I have access to that version of me right now. And I'm going to take advantage of that, because if I don't, then what the fuck am I waiting for? Someone else to do it for me? No, that's a lack of initiative. So realistically, what you have to do is take initiative in your life. And I'm not trying to make a big deal about this, saying you have to throw out every single fucking, pair of shorts you have. You have to throw out all your shoes. No, what I would say is, whatever you view as shit clothes, stop wearing them out to the gym. Stop wearing them out to dinner. Stop wearing them out to go hang out with your friends, because what you're doing is projecting a version of you that's okay with wearing shitty clothes out in public. I'm all for not giving a fuck about what other people think. You shouldn't. But it's just that you have to understand what you're projecting and putting out into the world, and how your behavior is connected with that. If I wear a jumpsuit, like a gray sweatshirt, gray sweatpants, and my bummy Air Forces, I would wear that all the time when I was smoking weed all the time. And if I put that on right now, I'm still me. But I'm as close the version of me who doesn't smoke or doesn't do any of that bullshit, overeat, all that shit. I'm as close to that old version of me, though, as humanly possible, and I don't like that. I really don't. If I want to wear that to the gym, awesome. Great. But if I'm lounging around the house, or if I'm going to hang out with friends, not that it matters, but there's something to that. There's something to that identity connection of me wearing that gray jumpsuit when I know for a fact that would be the suit I would wear. That'd be the clothes I would wear when I was smoking weed every day. Identity. I don't want to retract. I want to go forward. And I can only go forward if I start seeing a physical change that matches the change that I see in my head. And the number one quickest way to see a physical change in your body is to actually re-optimize your wardrobe. 100%. The next quickest thing you can do is start going to the gym. Right after that, everything else is going to start to change in your life, because you're going to be thinking differently, projecting yourself differently, acting differently, and there as a byproduct, your reality starts to look a lot different. Imagine if I said differently right there. I hope that makes sense. Because realistically, if you want to see a change in your life, the best thing you can do is change your wardrobe right away. But the second that you start to get a little bit too overboard with that, that's when I'd be concerned for your femininity. Okay? We don't need that. We need to be masculine men in this day and age. And if you're not that, well, I mean, that's a whole different topic for a whole different video. Hopefully that helped, guys, and I'll see you next video.